Welcome back to another Charlotte Legacy League where we have green-white lands versus green-white lands. Jacob's going to keep 7, Lincoln will keep 6 and be on the play. See him lead off with a Horizon Canopy, taking the damage there, and an Exploration into a Saga into a Retrofitter Foundry. It is a really good start for the green-white lands player on the right-hand side of your screen. You'll notice that the timer didn't start. That's my bad. Jacob's thinking here. He's got a Mox Diamond to play, an Ancient Tomb, a Wasteland, a Pithing Needle, all kinds of neat toys. So we'll see him lead off with a Mox Diamond and potentially throw out the Ancient Tomb. Yes, Ancient Tomb in the bin, and then maybe a Wasteland to take out that Saga before it gets too dangerous. Okay, he's going to take out the Horizon Canopy, and we're going to name Pithing Needle, naming Urza Saga. So, interesting start. Blast Zone, and then a Thespian Stage. And we'll see it probably pass back over to Jacob here. Thank God we got those nice, pretty dice for them not to use. And later on, I imagine we won't be seeing the correct tokens used either. So that'll be very exciting as well. But for now, we'll see the Wasteland and see if he takes him off of the Blast Zone here, or if he's going to take him off of the Thespian Stage. We'll see him do something, but he's going to make a Servo token off of the Retrofit Foundry, and he took him off the Thespian Stage. We'll see a draw from Lincoln. We'll see another Servo come out, and we'll see him trigger the Saga to go find a 1 or 0 mana artifact. Lincoln's deck has a few. He has a Pithing Needle. He already has Retrofit Foundry out. He has Shadow Spear. He also has Expedition Map. I believe those are all of his 1-drops that he has. Oh, and he also has a Soul Guide Lantern in the deck, which would be pretty good against the lands deck as well. We'll see what he picks here. Oh, he has a Shadow Spear in his hand, so that's why he's not getting that out of the library. But he's got a couple things to think about. Alright, we're going to see a Soul Guide Lantern, probably hitting a Wasteland here. Nope, hitting the Tomb. Alright. I don't know anything about Magic, apparently. So we'll see an attack for 1. Jacob will take 1. And I wonder if that will be the turn or if he has any other plays. Alright, back over to Jacob. Jacob has an Endurance that he didn't take out of his deck from round 1. Later blames me for leaving it in. So we'll see how this goes. We'll see a Tabernacle, because why not? So Lincoln can pay for one of those. What a game already. There is the magical Second Horizon Canopy, and we'll see an attack for 1. We'll see if he's going to start turning this into a flyer. So Wasteland could take him off of the Horizon Canopy again to keep him from drawing cards. 3 Wastelands. We'll see him pay for the Servo, another in for 1. Not exactly the tokens you would think that these decks would make. Jacob to play a Blast Zone, which I think would be pretty good in his case. So Sphere of Resistance, 1 paying for the Servo, attack for 1. We'll see another Saga come out, and a pass. There's an Exploration for Jacob. You may want to hold off on that, just so he can... Well, he blows up his own Pithing Needle and Sagas are back in the game. That's pretty tough. Definitely see the Exploration here, and the Windswept Heath. Oh, there we go. We have nice dice now. Hooray! Back over to Lincoln, who has to pay for the Servo. He's just going to let it go. Alright. He has bigger plans in store. Looks like potentially a He has a Besaju in hand, so he's waiting for some green mana to hit that Pithing Needle, I imagine. Drawing another Sphere of Resistance. 2. Nope, Pithing Needle. Alright. Alright, we're going to make another servo here. So we're going to keep the servo game alive. See if he activates the Retrofitter Foundry and turns it into a Thopter. Okay, he does not. Alright. Well, now we still don't have green mana available with a Besaju Crop Rotation in his hand and a Mox Diamond. But we may see an Expedition map here. And if he gets the map, then he can use that to go get a Forest and play that this turn. I wonder if Lincoln's thinking about using the Needle on Blast Zone because it would hurt him more than it hurts Jacob. So let's see what he names on that. Alright, so he did name the Blast Zone. Alright, so what an interesting game here. Equip Shadow Spear, now it's a 2/2. And now Lincoln can start beating in for 2 damage. We'll see a fetch for a Forest. And does Jacob? And Jacob has an Endurance, which ends up working out quite well considering he's not supposed to have that in the deck at the moment. But it is what it is, I suppose. And we'll see a block on the servo. Lincoln will gain 2. And then Jacob can be on the beatdown plan now. Savannah. And another Sphere of Resistance. So everything costs 2 extra now. Lincoln draws his Sphere of Resistance as well. He did bottom one of those at the beginning of the game on the mulligan to 6. So we'll see how that goes for him. He's thinking about playing the Besaju. So he has green mana. And he'll say go. Attacker 3, we'll see a servo come out and block. And then we'll see an Elvish Reclaimer. Alright, Lincoln has a loam now, so that is really big for him. That's really big for him. So he can play 2 lands this turn. He can also, not this turn, but next turn, crop rotate away the Besaju, loam, and then rebuy the Besaju, hit the Pithing Needle, then turn on the Thespian Stage. Would be the line that I would take here. So we'll see what he chooses to do. 2 mana. He's going to play a Mox Diamond, pitching a Thespian Stage, so he's got a little extra mana there. We'll see both of his creatures paid for. Servo can't be made this turn, so he can swing in for 4 here. But then we're going to start looking at some pretty difficult decisions. I think I would probably leave the Reclaimer back in this instance to go get a Bog, get him off of that loam. We'll see if he chooses to do that line. And he does indeed. Alright, so that does stop the previous line that I was thinking about with the Besaju, crop rotation to the Besaju to loam. Maybe he waits a little bit longer to do that, just so he can pick up a couple more lands, or pick up, a couple more cards off the top there. But I get where he's coming from. I'll pay the tax. I think getting that Retrofitter Foundry off the board, or Shadow Spear off the board with his Besaju is probably important here. Servos can be made. Actually, he can make a lot of. So he's gonna make a servo, and he can block with it. Then he can untap the Retrofitter Foundry, and then turn it into a Thopter, which he does. So the endurance is definitely alright. So he's gonna pay the one. Oh, nope. Upkeep trigger on the Tabernacle. He's gonna play a wrong construct, but it is what it is. Those constructs are available. It's gonna float a mana off the Urza Saga here. Get a map potentially. Yes. Alright. So we have the map. There's a lot of things going on here. They got another Maze of Ith in Lincoln's hand. He's got to get that Pithy Needle off the board. It's going to be difficult till he can find another Loam to get the... He can't attack with that this turn, but he does give it... Alright. We'll see Reclaimer pitching... Savannah. Alright, what are we going for here? Thespian Stage, okay. Interesting choice. Tap, pay 2. Sorry guys, this is a very interesting game, just trying to work through everything that's happening here. You don't really want to play the Yavimaya because that turns on Lincoln's lands as well. So now everything taps for green mana. We'll see a pass. We'll see another. And now his Ancient Tomb taps for regular. Alright, Retrofitter Foundry gone. That is very important. We'll see him get a Savannah for them to besiege you. I think the Retrofitter Foundry has already done all the damage it could do, or it would do, just because there's a 4/4 out right now with a Shadow Spear equipped to it. Did Lincoln pay the tax on the Tabernacle there? I don't think he did on that. Interesting. Okay, so now we've introduced a third sphere to the game. And now we'll see a beat down for 5. Nope, that's the incorrect one. Because the... Alright, now we're paying the Tabernacle tax. Okay. Alright, now we're on it, so now he's attacking for 5. Alright, great. And then Lincoln will gain 5 life here. And we'll see him pass back to Jacob. I think Jacob at the end step probably should go get a Maze of Ith, or at least copy the Maze of Ith with his Thespian Stage here, so he can... Alright, there's the Maze. Great. 3 Sphere Resistance. That is quite interesting. Jacob could use his Tabernacle to pay his Tabernacle tax now since he has the Yavimaya. He finds the Snow-Covered Forest. The only difference between these two decks is 1 Snow-Covered Forest versus 2 Horizon Canopies. Lincoln having the 2 Horizon Canopies that we saw, and now we've seen the Snow-Covered Forest come out of Jacob's deck. And we keep forgetting that Tabernacle trigger, which is pretty important to remember. Just because at Comp REL levels, we would definitely I mean, if you call back, Coach would say, "Do you want to pay this?" and he'd say yes, and then he'd pay it. So, but after too many of those, there may be a bit of questioning. But for now, we've got pretty interesting board, especially with the Maze of Ith out. I don't know how he's gonna really work through this. We'll see the Reclaimer put in some more work here. And there's not really anything to get because Pithing Needle is on Saga. Making a Merit Lage isn't ideal. Alright, so we're just in World War I here. With the trenches dug and the opponent sitting on the other side. Literally doing nothing. Which is a bit of an understatement for World War One, but that's the analogy I'm going to use here. What an absolute shit show. Alright, Tabernacle tax has been paid. Caracas is out and a pass back. Lincoln needs Wastelands. Jacob also needs Wastelands. Now, the nice thing is Jacob does have a Retrofitter Foundry in his deck that he can go get and potentially try and take over the game here. But that would require a pretty good bit of work on his end. What are we casting here? We're going to use the map. Potentially getting a Wasteland. Ghost Quarter maybe. I think Ghost Quarter. So there's no chance of losing it. There's all three of his Wastelands. All four of his Wastelands together. Right where they need to be, especially against an opposing lands deck. Yeah, he's going to get a Wasteland. And he's going to hit his Saga. We'll see him rotate that away probably for another Saga, because he knows that the Retrofitter Foundry is in the deck, and that is a good way to win. So, yeah, another Saga. Holy shit, this is just something else. Tabernacle tax paid. Saga tips up. We've got a map that would cost 4 mana to play. We have a 4 mana map being played. Alright, great. I'm going to leave the Crocus up just in case the 2020 shows up out of the blue here. Back over to Lincoln's side. Draws a Crucible. Jesus. That's going to cost 6 mana. Alright, 6 mana for a Crucible. Now we'll see multiple Wastelands here. I think you start taking out the Maze of Iths. Not sure Jacob understands that he can use his Tabernacle and his Maze of Iths to pay mana. Because of the Yavam... Well, no. The Yavimaya is gone? Okay, the Yavimaya is gone. Okay. So, Lincoln didn't take the 2 damage from the Ancient Tomb last turn. 1, 2, 3. And he also only paid 5 mana for the Crucible instead of 6, because there are 3 spheres out. So, there's a lot of things happening here. Sphere tax is a real tax. I don't know if I'd let the Endurance go. Another Sphere of Resistance. That would cost 5 mana to play. So that'll be interesting as well. Jesus. Wouldn't be a bad time, I think, to pop the Lantern, but not really that big of a deal at the moment. What What a stalemate this is. I guess you kind of wait until he does a loam, and then you can hit it. That way you can take out the Boseiju. What is he? What are we thinking of getting here? Map could go get another Wasteland, maybe, but at this point, Crucible's in place, so that doesn't really matter. Redstone Portal does allow him to tap his mana. He's thinking about the Yapamaya. Yeah, Riftstone Portal. He can rotate it away with the Reclaimer, and then his everything's turned back on again because the Yapamaya's gone. So. Just so everyone's aware, the timer is now running. It was restarted at 15 minutes when we realized that the timer wasn't running, and we went and got the official time off the clock. So there's just under 13 minutes now left in this game one, where 2 games need to be played. Ideally, there's another exploration, which will cost 4 mana. And then he can Wasteland 3 times. Taking him off the maze. Take him off double maze, and then maybe the Caracas. Alright, he copied his basic forest with the Thespian Stage. Smart play. We'll see an attack for 5 here. Jacob will go down to 10, or go down to 5, linking up to 13. Pass back. Mox Diamond. Jeez. Alright, we're going to introduce a 4th Sphere of Resistance to this battlefield. I don't think mana's an issue for Lincoln. Okay, there's a 5th one if they want to get spicy with it. Okay, there's now 5 Sphere Resistance on the battlefield. I'll see a block. It does trample, so he will take a damage. I'll see a Wasteland the Caracas. Fog. And there's Stone Portal, jeez. And, oh wow, that's just so brutal. See if Jacob has anything here. Oh, there's a Retrofitter Foundry that is completely uncastable because it costs 6 mana because there's 5 spheres out. I think we're going to see this go to game number 2. If you've been enjoying our content, please be sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. Game number 2, both players are going to keep 7 cards. Jake will be on the play, leading off on a Mox Diamond, pitching a Ghost Quarter, and a Caracas with an Exploration with a Wasteland. Pretty dream start there from the green-white lands player on the left this time. Lincoln's going to lead off with a Wooded Foothills, a Forest, and Expedition map Blip, blip, blip. You think I know what that card was, considering how much Tron I played in Modern? Uh, Jacob literally living the dream here with a way to just make a 2020. If Lincoln doesn't just bonk him with a Mazavith, oh, there's a Wasteland. Well, get fucked. He can just fire off the Wasteland here. See if he can push it. And let's see if he taps the Caracas, sacrifices it, gets a Thespian stage and makes it 20. What the fuck is going on? Okay. Well, pretty sure he just missed winning. He does have a crop rotation in his hand, right? Like, I'm not an idiot. What the fuck is he doing? Oh my god. He had the 2020 last. What the fuck? Jacob, I hope you're watching this and you've made it this far through 50 some odd or almost 50 some odd minutes of your game one to know that you missed making a 2020 at the end of Lincoln's turn and then killing him because you're silly. Maybe you were scared of a crop rotation into like a Caracas or something, but I mean, you don't go to the horror house for the conversation, man. You come here to make 2020s, and if they get Caracas, they get Caracas, and you just rebuild your army. But you didn't do it. Yeah, it's disappointing. I don't know if I can continue to commentate on this game anymore after seeing what I just saw. And you getting a Wasteland instead of making a 2020. Well, I mean, that makes sense, I guess, now, since, that shit happens. But you could have still made a fucking 2020. Like, even there, you could have made a 2020. He doesn't have any white mana. And he just uses swords. A 2020 could have been made. And now you have a chance to do it again. And well, now you're going to get crop rotated and bogged, I think. I've never been so disappointed in my life. I think, like, if I had kids and they told me that, like, they got kicked out of school for, like, burning it down and then they were going to jail, I still probably wouldn't be as disappointed as I am right now as I am in Jacob missing making a 2020. I don't know if I can allow him to play this deck anymore after seeing such blatant disregard for the deck. It's just awe-inspiring. And still not making a fucking 2020. I don't know what's happening. Like, why wouldn't you go get, like, a Mazavith if you're gonna die to a construct? I mean, I know you're gonna get to, like, make your own construct here, and oh, you're loamed. That's good. Didn't forget how to do that. And I mean, all right, cool. You got some more lands. You should play the other saga. Yeah, there you go. This is turn 2. Now there's like a wasteland in Lincoln's hand that he can use against you. There's turn 3 actually. Thank God this is almost over. Yeah, construct. It's a 2/2. Turn 4. Just keep on disappointing us. Constructs. Like, it could have been a 20/20, and he's making constructs. It's just whatever will you get a retrofitter foundry at this point, or fuck a pithing needle. Like, it doesn't even matter. Like, fail to find. I'd be happy if you failed to find right now. What are you looking for? There's nothing in the library for you. A shadow spear. You know what? That'll get it done. That'll win the game right here. We can at least see him like cast Life from the Loam and get a Wasteland and another Saga back, and watch another token or counter get put on a Saga. There's a Wasteland. And another Saga with a trigger that now he can tap it for mana. I mean, he could do that anyway because he had the Yapamaya, but... Oh, yeah. Let's equip it to the wrong one. And then Besage you. Yeah, that sounds good. Go get a basic forest. Yeah, don't even get the good forest. Get the snow-covered one. Truly have no real words for this. Thank God it's turn 5. We're on our way back to ending this nightmare of a game 2. Lincoln played it beautifully. The guy on the left, I think, forgot what deck he's playing. But it's okay. It's soon all gonna end after this turn, and we can rejoice in the fact that the right player won this match. Yeah, let's go ahead and use that. That's good. If you would like to watch this match without commentary, you can definitely see a 2-minute version after the credits roll. I think you'll thoroughly enjoy it because you don't have to listen to me. Good games. If you've been enjoying our content, please be sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. I've actually decided I'm going to comment on this game since it's only 2 minutes and 6 seconds. So here we go. Lincoln's going to mulligan to 6, and he's going to play a Urza Saga, Horizon Canopy, Exploration, and a Retrofitter Foundry. And then we're going to see Jacob. Holy shit, this is really difficult because it's moving so fast, even though I just commentated on this. But this is one way to watch this match and actually not fall asleep. And it's not a bad way to do it. I didn't think that I would enjoy watching it this way and trying to commentate over it. But you can, I guess, slow it down if you're really interested in it, or you could make it even more fun by times 2ing it again on YouTube, and then you get to listen to me sound like a chipmunk, and then you get to watch this go at 40 times its normal speed, which would only make it like 1 minute and 3 seconds. And that would be pretty cool to see. I'll probably do that tomorrow once this is uploaded, and try that out. But as you can see, game 1 is moving right along here. We're just going to get to that Crucible of Worlds any minute and start to see this game completely unravel for Jacob, much like his game 2 unraveled. But who am I to judge a player based on their plays? It's not my place to do that. I still don't apologize for it for game 2, but we'll move on from that. All right, Crucible Worlds is out. Thank Christ. Here we go. All right, we're gonna see these guys just shuffled up. You get to even see them sideboard here. You can see how long it takes them to sideboard. It's like 4 or 5 minutes. It's fucking crazy, man. Like, just batshit crazy. All right, Jacob leaves off with a Mox Diamond in Exploration, and he missed the 2020, and then he misses the 2020. Well, now he can't really do it because the Source Plowshare is out, but now he misses the 2020, and he never makes the 2020. But we'll see him shuffle his deck a whole lot here, and then we'll see us go into turn 1, turn 3, turn 4, and on to turn 5 eventually. And then once we're in turn 5, it's over, and I thank everyone for watching, and have a great day.